Hey, what's up guys? Purple Lotus up to the... So I'm over here. Behind me is the infamous Hotel Rajneesh. If you're familiar with the documentary Wild Wild Country on Netflix about Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, Osho and Anand Shila, back in the 70s and 80s, they built a what did they do? In Wasco County, Oregon, they built like a little city. They had a city, they renamed it Rajneeshpuram, and what they did was they had a bunch of followers called sannyasins that they basically lived on the premises. They farmed, they schooled. There was like cult-like following, and there was a huge following in the 70s and 80s. They also ended up shutting the compound down due to all kinds of federal crimes and all this kind of stuff. Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, Osho, like on my shirt here, had a huge following even back in India. He was revered. He's like the Sadguru. If you're familiar with the Sadguru now, he's all over. He does like yoga, not yoga, but like these meditation conferences and stuff. He's like a Swami in India. And this hotel behind me was bombed in 1983 by a guy named Stephen Pastor, and that forced the Rajneeshis that were part of this following in Rajneeshpuram to start militarizing, so to speak. So what they did was they started to arm themselves with weapons and do target practice and learning how to shoot and all these different things after the 1983 bombings. So they basically even had their own military police force. So this is it behind me. So in the past 35 years or so, this place has been renamed Martha Washington Hotel. It's also used as affordable housing. So back in the 70s and 80s, of course, is a whole different landscape, and so I thought this was super cool. After reading a lot of about Osho and the Sri Rajneesh movement back at that time in Wasco County, it was super interesting how a lot of them did prison time. I know Anand Shila did a lot of prison time. They forced Osho out of the country back into India. They got him on some kind of visa fraud. The feds were trying to get him for something. The surrounding people in Wasco County at Rajneeshpuram back then tried to shut them down. Nobody liked them. They had food poisoning all over the whole town. Like the whole town got food poisoning. So nobody liked them. It's very, very interesting if you read about it. And this was owned by them, the Hotel Rajneesh. So it's just basic housing. There's no rooms and anything now. It's an affordable housing unit. So I thought this was really cool. So if you look into Rajneeshpuram or Osho, you can check this out. So in downtown Portland today, vlogging, doing all kinds of cool stuff. Pay it forward, feed a child, change the world. Purple Lotus out.